What up, y'all? Alright, tell me. Talk to me. What do you guys think about the Jordan 31? If you guys saw the live stream, just completed about a few minutes ago. And we get the 31, September 3. Been hearing different pricing on it. 185, 200, I'm not quite sure yet. I guess we'll wait to see those roll back in. But it's 185. If it's 185, that's pretty crazy because of the price going down over the years past. So flying it on the upper with a swoosh, the first time that's come back since the 1, and the Jumpman, and then the band right at the bottom of the shoe, which is pretty dope. I'm glad they did this with a clear sole. I'm assuming it's a clear sole, but it's red. There's that. So they removed like the, you know how like the 28 and the 29 had like that, what do they call that? That separation here. Decoupled outsole. They eliminated that. Tate Kubris, who is the designer of the Jordan 20, or I'm sorry, the Jordan 31, he also designed the 17, no, the 18 and the 19. This kind of looks a lot like the 18 outsole. It's got that wide base. That's my thoughts about it. He said it was also a full-length zoom unit in here. I'm not too sure about that. I'm not quite sure because like what fills in this pocket unless it's a shank or it's decoupled. I see the indentation here of the Zoom Air, especially right here. What I did like about, or what I do like about Zoom is that on KD's model, specifically the KD9, I just did a video on that. It's articulated, so you have a 16mm bag starting at the back, going up towards the front, tapering into a 10mm bag. So you still have like this propulsion that he was talking about, that liftoff that, you know, Westbrook is going to need when he plays ball, and he's already wearing the 31 on feet. The other colorway that we also saw was the USA colorway, and that one was that looks pretty dope actually. So anyways, I'm pretty excited to see like how this all works out. I do love that the Flyknit here tapers off and it becomes leather. So this is supposed to be an ode to the Jordan 1. What I didn't like that I saw on the live stream was that on the tongue here you have a Jumpman, whereas on the Jordan 1 we had Nike Air. Obviously this is not Nike Air, it's Nike Zoom, so they had to throw a Jumpman there on the patch. That always bothered me whenever I copped Jordan 1s, when they had the Jumpman on there and it was, you know, Nike Air. So I'm glad that with the iteration of the Jordan 1 that's coming out, they're gonna have Nike Air on that. But this is on the 31, so we're talking about the 31. Again, the progression here from the Flyknit to the leather. Russell Westbrook said that he wanted a shoe, and I'm not sure if he got input. I'm pretty sure he did because he's part of the brand, but he said that this shoe can be worn on and off court. So it does kind of look like that. I will say that I was skeptical in the beginning, but the shoes definitely are growing on me. What are your guys' thoughts? That's I'm just looking here in the comments on my Instagram. Already 172 likes. You guys can follow me on Instagram if you guys choose to do so. That is my name right there. There's a lot of mixed reactions actually. Those look good. Finally a sick modern MJ. This guy said it was trash. This guy's from Mexico, I guess. I don't know. Did Tinker do these? No. Again, we learned that Tate Kubris designed these. Okay, so the wing logo from Scott Renas, I'm sorry. The wings logo is actually on the medial side of the shoes, so you do see that these are the lateral portions. This is the lateral portion. On the opposite side of the shoe, on this medial side, there will be a wings logo. If there wasn't mixed reaction, it wouldn't be a Jordan. Hey, I agree with you there. With anything, please take this with a grain of salt. A lot of people are not going to like the shoe. Give it some time, let it grow on you. Maybe there's another colorway that you guys might like, but you know, black and red is definitely something that should be considered. They did really play this this band story a lot, and they tied it in with the Jordan 1, which obviously you guys know that the Jordan 1 was not the shoe that was banned. It was the colorway from the Nike Airship in which MJ wore in the preseason. So you'll see in the video cuts that they didn't show MJ rocking the Jordan 1 in an NBA game. They only showed him from the photo shoot in which they curated the iconic Jumpman pose. I was excited for the behind the scenes of young MJ, and never before seen photos of that. So hey, I may use those for future MJ Mondays spread, but on my Instagram. But yeah, they tied it in heavily with the band 1, the Jordan 1, you know what they call it, but yeah, everyone knows that's going to be the Airship, and I'm pretty sad that they didn't mention the Airship. It looks like a combination of the Jordan 1, Bred 11, Hyper Dunk. I'm sure performance will be A1. Yeah. Hopefully, and they said that the Jordan 31 is going to be a reset of the Jordan line, so hopefully that rings true, and this is the shoe that's going to start it. I was really surprised that, you know, Tinker was in the video package, but Tate wasn't, or maybe yeah, Tate was in it, but Tinker, I guess, I don't know if he had any influence or input in the shoe. But yeah, I was pretty surprised he didn't design it, whereas I thought he did, because when the 30 was announced, was it back in January? They said that they had already started the 31, or maybe even, or finished the 31, and even possibly starting the 32. So maybe he'll come back for the 32. We'll see, but we're talking about next year, I guess. All right, so let me refresh this. I know there was some other comments that were coming in on my Instagram. We talked about the Wings logo. This guy says Dan, and a lot of people call me Dan or MJ or MJo. You know, like my name's not Dan, it's Marvin. If you guys want to know my real name, but it says Dan. Well, hold on. Bring back Wilson Smith. Tinker is tired. You know, I think they'll eventually, you know, trade off designers as they did with Tinker and Wilson Smith and Tate Kubris and all those guys. So, but you know, there's always fresh ideas and elements that should be shared with everyone. And I think the Jordan shouldn't be. Man, we're 30 years into the shoe, so I think the 30 shouldn't even. It should be more of a collaborative effort when designing these shoes, which I suspect it is. But and again, they also said that this shoe was inspired by one of MJ's Ferraris, which, man, I really want to see more. I'm curious. But anyways, getting back to these comments here. Dan, I like them, but the front looks like a Flyknit with the same Flyknit materials, maybe, though they're very comfortable. Yep, they look very comfortable. DJ Clark Kent was already rocking the pair. Hopefully those that registered for the event are able to get the shoe. But I'm pretty sure a lot of you are also saying that, you know, the 30 sat on outlet shelves. So maybe this one might. I don't know. We'll see. I really want to know price. Let's see. Those are garbage. Is that what I think I see? Oh yeah, trash. And then this is piles of shit, I guess. But still, 178 people liked it, so only a few of you called it trash. So let's go to the next one. This is the stay on my Instagram here. Here's the tech specs for the Jordan 31 anti-gravity machines. I'll read it here. The Air Jordan 31 continues the legacy, the Jordan legacy, by bringing unprecedented performance and style to the game of basketball. The shoe takes innovation design cues from the original Air Jordan with its color blocking and low to the ground silhouette. Alright, so logos, number one. So here's number one right here. The first model to feature a Jumpman wings and Nike swoosh logos. Alright, so the first model to feature a Jumpman wings and Nike swoosh. Well, for a signature, yes, that's true. But for a retro, something like the say like the BMP pack, that also had a Jumpman. It was the Beginning Moments pack had the Jordan branding, the Jumpman on the back of the shoe, the swoosh, as well as the Jumpman up here on the tongue. So that, if it's the first model, yes. If it's the first of its kind to do it, no. So anyways, I want to know what your guys' thoughts are more about the Jumpman and the swoosh and the branding all together. And then, you know, on the other side you also have the wings logo. There's a lot going on. Full length Zoom Air unit delivers responsive, lightweight cushioning with a low profile feel. So I really wanted to know, you know, what Tate's perspective was on the design. So he did talk about the Ferrari and how it's inspired by MJ's car. What I wanted to know also was just like how this is positioned. Did they have to shave off, you know, the inside of the midsole? That's what I wanted to know. Flight speed technology unleashes the energy of Zoom Air for an explosive step. So flight speed, I guess we're talking about, let's go back to this. Whereas the it's hollowed out a little bit and it's got like a placement for the Zoom Air contained within the midsole to position itself on the outside of the outsole. So that's one thing that I'm thinking about. All right, let's go back here. Flywire locks in your fit, providing lateral support that moves with you. So if you guys know what Flyknit's all about, you know, you can position it and move it, and it conforms to your foot. I'm thinking size-wise, this will probably have to go a half size up for me. I'm a wide footer, so, you know, and the past Jordans I've had to go at least a half size up. So that's what I'm assuming with these. Number 5, the one-piece upper transitions from lightweight flyweave to supportive synthetic leather. So again, what I was discussing here is it goes from the Flyknit and it transitions into the leather. So One thing that I pointed out, and I put it out on YouTube, on Twitter as well, is that typically with any transition here, it's either through a knit or a fuse or some of that nature. So it does look like this might even be like, they said it's a one piece, so I'm assuming that this leather piece is like an overlay, or like they heat press this area just to see this transition. That's what I'm assuming. Man, I really need to see like more discussion about the design. I really wanted to know a lot more about that, but that's my assumption. It's a one piece fly knit upper, and this is like a fused leather, synthetic leather. This has to be synthetic leather. It can't be genuine leather. I don't know how they would work genuine leather in there. We'll see. All right, and then number 6, herringbone pattern provides multi-directional traction for quick cuts. So I'm sure there's going to be performance tests with this shoe. This is, I don't have a good picture for Periscope, but you see like these weaves right here. Looks like an X pattern. As you guys know, like true herringbone traction is a zigzag pattern, and this looks like it's a diamond construction. So we'll see how this goes. Hopefully this outsole will be of good rubber, because there's people that play outdoors, people that play indoors. This really needs to be an outsole that has to last. In particular, when I'm talking about the rubber on the bottom, the Kobe 8 comes into mind. Those were horrible off court, unless you got the I think it's like the GCR leather. The rubber on there, or the XDR. I'm sorry, that's what I wanted to say. With the rubber type, but hopefully this is gonna withstand the beatings of an outdoor court. All right, so that is my thought. Let's see if there's any comments on this. Refresh this. Rosewood, San Diego, I like them, but they would look a lot better with that Jordan sign placed somewhere different. Yeah, maybe it'll grow. I don't know. Jefferson says fire. To Barivo, looks comfortable, support in back and flexible in front. Yeah, that's wondering how much exactly. So somebody chimed in to the Periscope and said 185. We'll see. I'm gonna go back here into my tweet deck, refresh this, and see if we get an actual price. All right, so again, 185's coming in as the price from others that have chimed in. This one said 200. Let's see. J23 is pretty good at he's at the event right now. Oh, okay, so here's what he talked about with this seam here. Embroidered seam connects the woven to the leather. Very cool. Okay. I still want to know if this is genuine leather. I don't know. Embroidered seam. I like that actually, because that transition from like the new school to the old school, I don't know if you guys feel that, but that's dope. Let's see. The band one will be 160. So this was the discussion here. All right, so the band one, or the black and red Air Jordan 1. So looks like we're going to be getting tumbled leather. A lot of people are saying that this is going to be close to the OG or remastered feel. I don't think so, guys. Come on. I'll pull out my 85s right now and I'll show you what genuine leather is all about. All right, here my thoughts on this. The Jordan 1 and how they've been making it the past few years. All right, the Jordan 1s, they make the leather soft out the box, so you do not have to break them in. That's why people like that. They don't, the way that shoes turn around every so often, and the amount that they come out with, you have to have the leather soft. And they do a process to do that. A lot of people aren't going to wait for genuine leather to break in. People will say it's stiff, but you know, like other people that don't wear the shoes, they will probably say that this leather sucks. But yeah, you guys do not know leathers unless you've held like a genuine leather shoe in 1985. All right. 94 is also comparable. That is good leather as well. So looks like we're gonna get everything else. I didn't see any band marks on the black and red one. I saw the Nike Air up by the tongue. Love that. It's a high cut. It looks like that it's not going to be a straight back. It's going to be like a curved back, just like what we've seen with other previous Jordan 1 models. The OG, as you guys know from my previous videos on YouTube, the back does not have this slant. The 85 just goes straight up and down. You know, the midsole outsole combo is usually the same. That never ever really changes. And then the leathers, so it's just something that we're gonna have to monitor and see. I will wonder if this is gonna come with other sets of laces, possibly red, possibly white, just like what we saw with the Chicago ones. So the last time this retroed was in 2013. It's 2016, so I mean the 2013 was okay also. So we'll see if the 2016 is comparable. I do plan to pick these up. I'm of course going to do my comparison as I do always with my videos. Seems like those are the videos that you guys like out of me, so I'll continue bringing those. And I guess that's about it. $185 for the 31, $160 for the one. So, anything else you guys want to talk about? Yeah, I mean, if you guys have any questions, shoot them out. Let me know what you guys think. That's it for me, really. So I'll stay on here for a little bit, and you guys let me know what your thoughts are. If you guys want to watch the, I guess hopefully there's a replay of it. Yep, there's a replay of it. So you go to air-jordan.com, or no, air-jordan.yourbrandlive.com/c/XXXI. Alright, so if you want to watch the replay, it's up. It's
I'm Larry Miller, president of the Jordan brand.
31 minutes long.
Jordan brand, I'd like to welcome those of you joining us here in Las Vegas, as well as those joining us via live stream to this special event tonight. The Air Jordan franchise was born in basketball, and our goal continues to be to deliver the best product possible to the greatest basketball players in the world. We're here to unveil the 31st version of our signature shoe, the Air Jordan 31. And the process to develop that shoe started about 18 months ago. But in reality, the inspiration and the soul of that shoe has really been over 30 years in the making. So tonight, we hope you enjoy the show, and we hope you are as excited about the Air Jordan 31 as we are. And remember, what Michael Jordan started is really on all of us to continue. Thank you.
And then they go into a video package which I thought was really well done.
This is the beginning. This is the beginning. You know, it is a unfiltered story that's lasted 31 years.
Let me pause it real quick because this is what I love from Jordan Brand. And I'm hoping that they do more of this. Because story and tying in the past to the present, awesome. Like, story is king. And this video package that I saw, I would have loved to see a lot more like elevated. But I did enjoy. Let's just watch a little bit.
You know, it was an amazing thing to see this shoe change the world, basically. I mean, it really did.
Things were a little stale and a little flat in the world of shoes. Everything was really kind of basic and generic. It was white and black, white and a team color.
Every basketball shoe back then was kind of this white, boring basketball shoe, and then all of a sudden, here comes Michael wearing this black and red shoe.
Then to come out with something that actually stood for something more than just what the norm.
Let's pause that. They said a black and red shoe. They did not say the Jordan 1. But later on, they'll say the fines and everything, and they'll talk about the Jordan 1.
What kid was doing.
Nike, this Air thing is pretty big. Hey, then there's this new guy, Jordan, Air Jordan. You know what? That kind of has a little ring to it.
There were certain teams that you looked forward to coming into play because you wanted to see this new kid who was creating all this excitement. That was kind of my first time seeing Michael play and seeing the shoot.
You'll see like video packages of MJ like dunking the ball. That's all from the All-Star game. You were allowed to wear the black and red version because it wasn't in an NBA game. No mention of the airship, nothing. Continue on.
Who's actually on the court. The shoe represented that spirit that he brought on the basketball
85
court by
dunk
being
contest.
so different. Michael kind of threw the rules out on how you were supposed to play the game, and the shoe kind of threw the rules out on what a basketball shoe was supposed to be.
And to have the opportunity to wear something that said, I'm cool, I have style, I care about fashion, and my game is better than yours, this was something that shoe said without you having to say it out loud.
You see this? 10/18/85. This is the 2011 version. This isn't the 2016. You can tell off that.
Everybody across the world relate to a one. Now people kind of see the greatness of the shoe and see why it was so important, especially back in the day.
I know now that it was kind of the first shoe that started the whole sneaker movement.
Designer of the 31.
In 1985, Nike created a revolutionary new basketball shoe.
Alright, let me critique. He just said 1985, and then the commercial says a month later. But where does that month start?
A month later, the NBA threw them out of the game.
It doesn't make sense.
The turning point was colors were controversial, so the NBA had a rule about everybody's shoes had to match in color.
See, this is the airship. Please release this, Jordan Brand. That's the website. It's also on your sneakers app if you guys want to see it. This is the shoe we need. This right here is the shoe we need. Alright, well, I just want to give you guys my thoughts. I'm sorry, but Periscope's running too long. I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for tuning in. Take care.